is the plant manager of Nissan Motor Company, and he wants to determine the product mix that will result in maximum profit. He is able to determine the data necessary for him to make a decision. It will take 10 minutes to weld 1 unit of Cefiro and 16 minutes to weld 1 unit of Centra, and he has a total of 160 minutes available for the welding process per day. It will take 18 minutes to assemble 1 unit of Cefiro and 22 minutes to assemble 1 unit of Centra, and he has to use up at least 396 minutes of the subcontracted assembly process per day. It will take 14 minutes to paint 1 unit of Cefiro and 12 minutes to paint 1 unit of Centra, and he has a total of 168 minutes available for the painting process per day. They will earn $4,000 for every unit of Cefiro produced and $3,000 for every unit of Centra produced. How many units of Cefiro and Centra should be produced per day to maximize profits? How much is the total profit?
Hello everyone, how are you doing? I hope everyone is fine, no, and doing well. So welcome again to our next discussion of operations research and especially our topic on linear programming special cases. No, so for this presentation, we will be discussing all about the infeasibility, no, na special case, infeasibility. So sige, let's start the infeasibility topic. I have here now the example for this topic. No, kung papansinin niyo, puro tayo car, no, car manufacturing. Ganun talaga for infeasibility, redundancy, and alternate optimal, and of course yung last natin na sa susunod na video, unboundedness. No, para maalala nyo na when we say special cases, itong apat. Ang example dyan ni sir, puro kotse, yan, pare-pareho, no? So for infeasibility, Nissan naman ang pag-uusapan natin. Nissan Motor Company. By the way, when we say infeasibility, this is the case of linear programming na the problem doesn't have any feasible region. Oh, sir, kakaiba yun ah. Walang feasible region. No, so there is no common area formed by the lines and arrows representing constraints. So thus, there is no solution to the problem. Anyway, dahil nabanggit ko na, there is no solution, let's try to solve pa rin itong problem na to para malaman nyo na at what point natin masasabi na this problem is an infeasibility special case of linear programming problem. No, so I hope you are all ready. So let's start the problem. Based on the problem, Oscar is the plant manager of Nissan Motor Company and he wants to determine the product mix that will result in maximum profit. He is able to determine the data necessary for him to make a decision. It will take 10 minutes to weld 1 unit of Cefiro and 16 minutes. How do we call this? Cefiro? Anyway, so any of those pronunciation will do. Basta nagkakaintindihan tayo. Nasa na tayo? Cefiro and 16 minutes to weld 1 unit of Centra and he has a total of 160 minutes available for the welding process per day. It will take 18 minutes to assemble 1 unit of Cefiro, yun na lang yung tawag ko, no? And 22 minutes to assemble 1 unit of Centra. And he has to use up at least 396 minutes of the subcontracted assembly process per day. Mukhang may kakaiba dito ah. May subcontracting na nangyayari, subcontraction, no? Subcontract yung assembly process nila, hindi sa planta mismo nila ina-assembly. So anyway, it will take 14 minutes to paint 1 unit of Cefiro and 12 minutes to paint 1 unit of Centra, and he has a total of 168 minutes available for the painting process per day. They will earn $4,000 for every unit of Cefiro produced and $3,000 for every unit of Centra produced. The question is, Gaano karaming units of Sephira and Centra should be produced per day? Oops, merong nadobling H. Sorry for the typographical error. No, per day to maximize profits. How much is the total profit? No, so ang goal natin is maximization. Pero mukhang merong naiiba sa ating constraint. No, may subcontracting na nangyayari. Yung assembly process is subcontracted to other company. No, kaya kung titingnan natin, our tableau or our table is ganito. Anong naiba? You check, guys. Maximization tayo, tama? And kapag maximization, sabi natin, kapag maximization, ang ating sign dapat is less than or equal. Tama naman. Tama naman, yung dalawa lang. Sir, meron tayong naka-greater than or equal. Bakit? No, sige, before natin sagutin yan, check muna natin yung iba. We have again, tulad nung dalawang naunang problem sa ating Honda and Toyota, now we have welding, assembly, and painting na process. So, 1, 2, 3 ay yung mga constraints natin. Minutes per day, 160, 396, and 168. For X sub 1 natin, si Firo, Centra, X sub 2. 10, 16, 18, 22, 14, and 12. Ito ay naka $1,000. Ibig sabihin, in every unit of X sub 1 produced, $4,000 ang madalagdag sa kanilang profit. In every unit of Centra or X sub 2 na napoproduce nila, may additional $3,000 for their profit. Now, basahin natin to. Greater than or equals. Balikan natin yung problem sa assembly na part. Nasaan yun? Eto. Sige, ano muna tayo? Dito muna tayo sa una. It will take 10 minutes to weld 1 unit of Zafiro and 16 minutes to weld 1 unit of Centra. And he has a total of 160 minutes available for the welding process per day. Ibig pong sabihin, kung ano man yung makuha nilang combination dito at dito, dapat yon yung final na combination na yan, hindi daw dapat lalagpas ng 160 minutes kada araw. No? Kaya ang ating sign is less than or equal. Kasi dapat hindi lalagpas. Pwedeng sakto 160 or pwede rin mas mababa sa 160. Ang bawal lang is mas mataas. Nakuha po, ayun yung sinasabi ng statement na to. Now, dugtungan natin. Ganon din actually yung sa painting, no? It will take 14 minutes to paint 1 unit of Zafiro and 12 minutes to paint 1 unit of Centra, and he has a total of 168 minutes available for the painting process per day. Pareho, no? May limit na 168 na available time per day. Pero kung titignan natin, kaya na iba yung ating pangalawang constraint is that, kaya sabi ko sa inyo, kailangan marunong kayong mag-analyze muna ng worded problem. No, sabi dito, it will take 18 minutes to assemble 1 unit of Zafiro. Walang problema doon. And 22 units for the assembly naman ng Centra. Wala din akong problema doon. And ito nagkaka-problem. He has to use up at least 396 minutes of the subcontracted assembly process per day. Dahil subcon yan, no, ang kailangan nila is yung 396 minutes, no, kumbaga para masulit yung bayad. Kaya at least 396 minutes. And when we say at least, kung ano man po yung pinaka combination ng X sub 1 and X sub 2 na makuha natin, dapat pinakamababang value na yan, yung result ng combination na yan, pinakamababang value na is 396 at least. Therefore, if may makukuha ka dyan na 395, hindi yan pwede. Kasi nga, at least 396. Pwedeng eksaktong 396 or higher than 396. Meaning, 397 is allowed. No, 399 is allowed. no, para masulit nila yung subcon, by subcon. Now, ayan yung reason kung bakit may ibang sign, and I hope nakukuha ninyo. Huwag malilito during our process. No? Alright? I hope everything is well explained, clear, and detailed. No? Step by step tayo tulad ng mga nauna nating way of teaching. So, sige, let's start. For the solution, lagi nating inuuna dyan is the objective function. Our objective function for this problem, balikan natin yung table, 4, 3, and of course, maximized, is maximization. Sir, maximization tayo. Yung mga nakaraang problem, dapat less than or equal. Yes, tama kayo. Pero this is a special case nga kasi. No? And nangyayari po ito sa real life na may isang mga constraint na iba yung goal niya. Ito, i-minimize siya eh. No, 396. Anyway, sige, let's proceed. Maxi equals 4x sub 1 plus we have 3x sub 2. Yan, okay. And this objective function is also subject to constraint. We have constraint 10, x sub 1. Ito lang yun nasa table ha, huwag kayo malito. Sabayan nyo ako, get your pen, your paper, and your calculator. 10x sub 1 plus 16 x sub 2 less than or equals, oops, napipindot, less than or equals to 160. Next, ito yung constraint 1, no? Constraint 2 natin is 18 x sub 1 plus 22 x sub 2 is greater than or equals to 396. Next, constraint number 3 natin. Sabi dito, our constraint number 3 is 14 x sub 1 plus 12 x sub 2 less than or equals to 168. And of course, our final constraint, our x sub 1 and the value of our x sub 2 should be higher or equals to 0. No? So, let's now compute for all of the coordinate pairs or the intercept ng ating mga constraint. So, tulad nung dati, let's have different colors para hindi kayo malito. Gamit tayo ng yellow for our constraint number 1. No? So, solve natin constraint number 1. So, kopya. 10x sub 1 plus 16 x sub 2 less than or equals to 160. Gawin natin tong equality. No? Yung inequality, gawin natin equality para masagad-agad siya sa 160. Yung ultimate goal natin, makukuha agad natin. Kaya natin siya gagawin inequality. So, sige, equals. Now, let x sub 1 equal 0. So, we have 10 multiplied to 0 plus 16 x sub 2 equals 160. Cancelled ito. And divide natin both sides sa 16 para makuha natin ang value ng ating x sub 2. So, 160 divided by 16 is 10. Therefore, if our x sub 1 is 0, our x sub 2 will be 10. Okay, I hope nakakasunod. And next tayo, x sub 2 naman, ang gawin natin 0. So, 10 x sub 1 plus 16 multiplied to 0 na x sub 2 natin equals 160. Cancelled ito. Divide both sides to 10 para maiwan yung x sub 1. No? Cancel kasi ito. X sub 1 equals 160 divided by 10. This is 16. Meaning, if 0 ang ating x sub 2, ang x sub 1 natin will be 16. No? So, that's it for the C1. Gamit tayo ng blue for C2 naman, constraint number 2. Blue ang gamitin natin na ink. So, C2, copy 18 x sub 1 plus 22 x sub 2 greater than or equals to 396. At pwede na rin po natin yan gawing equality para masagad-agad natin yung goal natin na 396. Sige, gawin natin siyang equals. Yan. So, tulad ng una, let's have our x sub 1 na value niya as 0. So, 18 multiplied to 0 plus 22, x sub 2 equals 396. Cancel ito. Divide natin both sides sa 22 para maiwan ang x sub 2, which is our goal na mahanap. No? So, 396 divided by 22, this will give us a value of 18. Therefore, if ang x sub 1 natin is 0, our x sub 2 will be 18. Now, I hope nakakasunod. Next slide tayo. For our next part ng solution, gawin naman natin na x sub 2 ay 0. So, magiging 18 x sub 1 plus 22, magiging 0 na to, no? Equals 396. Nakuha. So, cancel. And divide both sides sa 18 para maiwan si x sub 1. So, 396 divided by 18, if we perform this on your calcu, this will give us a value of 22. Therefore, if ang x sub 2 daw natin is 0, ang x sub 1 natin is 22. Yan, okay na. May ano na tayo. May dalawang point na tayo for the constraint number 2. Makakagawa na tayo ng isang line doon. Sige. Orange naman tayo for our constraint number 3. So, C3. Yan. Sige, for constraint number 3, ang equation, balikan natin ang equation, 14, 12, and 160. Gawin natin siya agad na equality. So, constraint 3, equation 14, x sub 1 plus 12, x sub 2 equals 168. So, let natin ng x sub 1 as 0. So, 14, 0, 12, x sub 2 equals 168. Cancel ito. Divide both sides by 12. No? So, x sub 2 will be, at may panginig-nginig pa, no? 168 divided by 12, this is 14. Therefore, dito sa taas, para walang panginig-nginig. Ibig sabihin, if ang ating x sub 1 is 0, ang ating value ng x sub 2 will be 14. This is our first point. Next, let naman natin yung x sub 2 natin as 0. So, we have 14, x sub 1 plus 12 multiplied to 0 equals 168. Cancel ito. Divide both sides sa ating coefficient ng x sub 1, which is 14, para maiwan sa x sub 1 sa kabila. So, 168 divided by 14 is 12. No, therefore, if our x sub 2 is 0, our x sub 1 will be 12. Ayan na. Okay na. No, nakuha na natin lahat ng mga points. Pagsamasamahin natin sila para makita natin yung mga kanilang points na mabilisan na lang. So, for C3, 0 and 14. Tapos yung isa ay 12 and 0. For C1, 0 and 10. Tapos 16 and 0. 0 and 10. Tapos 16 and 0. Ito yung isa sa C2, no? Lagay na natin. 22 and 0. Yung una niya sa C2 ay ito. 0 and 18. So, 0 and... Ayan. So, we can now perform our graph. Anong pinakamataas? 22. So, yan. 22 daw. Ito. Ayan talaga ang pangarap ko maging ano to. Maging parang ano siya, ginamitan ng ruler. Yan, oh, 'di ba? Pagpapalang madali lang eh. So, by 2s ulit, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. Tama ba? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22. Ang pinakamataas daw, no? Tagad na natin, no? Sige, 24. Yan. 2, 4. Ito is 0. 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. So, dito we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Yan. Then, labels. Ito ay x sub 1. Di natin nilalagay ito, no? Dapat meron siya. X sub 2. Yan. 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, and 24. Yan. Okay na. So, for C1, that is yellow, no? Kung malala niyo yung kulay na ginamit natin, that is yellow. So, 0, 10, tapos 16, and 0. So, let's have 0, 10. So, 0, 10, ito siya. And 16, 0. Ito ang ating C1. No, connect these 2 points. Ayan ang ating magiging first line for C1. Yan. Meaning, ang ating feasible region by just using the first constraint ay ito. No? Yan. Dahil ang goal ni C1 is to maximize. Ayan. Next. We have C2 and ang kulay ng ating C2 ay blue. Gamit tayo ng blue na ink. 0, 18, tapos 22, 0. So, hanapin natin yung point na yon. 0, tapos 18 daw. Ito. 0, 18, tapos 22, 0. Then, connect sila. Yan. Okay. So, ayan ang ating constraint number 2. Nasaan ang shade? Sige, anyone? Nasaan ang shade? Balikan natin ang ating table. No? Where is the shade? Dito sa labas or sa loob? Sabi ng table, ito yung kanina, no, sa assembly. Or sige, kaya dito na lang tayo sa constraint. Yung equation daw na to dapat higher or equals to 396. At least 396. Ayun yung buong equation. Para magawa mo siyang graph, yung ito mo, dapat yan nasa labas. Nakuha? No, ibig sabihin, yung region niya, feasible region niya ng C2, sinasabi niya dyan na dapat daw nandito. No, wala sa loob. Kasi nga, at least 396 daw. So, hanggang sa pinaka dulo-duluhan ng kung saan man umabot yan, part yan ng shaded region ng C2. Ito, yung sa labas na yan. 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 Okay, next. Balikan natin ang mga points. So, for C3, ang gamit natin is orange. No? Gamit tayo ng orange. So, 0, 14, and 12, 0. So, hanapin natin yan. 0, 14. Ito siya. Tapos, 12, and 0. Ito. And let's connect these 2 points para makagawa tayo ng ating line for our third constraint. Now, nasaan yung region? Sabi dito, ayan, less than or equals 168. Ibig sabihin, pababa naman. No, dito siya. Parang pareho sila ng C1. Ayan, ito yung region nila. Ayan. Okay. Now, anong next step? No, if na-graph na natin, kung papansinin nyo, ang laging kadugtong na ginagawa natin dyan is alamin natin yung corner. No, yung corner points. Kaso, kung titingnan nyo po, meron ba tayong corner points or wala? Yes, wala. Kasi if you can observe, notice that there are no common area formed by the lines and their corresponding arrow. Diba, when we say feasible region, this is the region. Kung babalikan nyo yung definition natin sa second topic natin, ang feasible region is the region where all shaded area or all constraints ay naglalay, pare-pareho sila doon na sinasabi nila, ito ang region na pare-pareho na si-shaden sa aming tatlo. Kaso, it just so happen na ang mayroon lang pareho ay yung C3 and yung C1. Kung silang dalawa lang ang ating constraint, ito yung region natin. Hindi kasi ganun, sir. Meron tayong dagdag, may additional constraint tayo, which is C2. Yun nga lang, ang pinapakita niyang shaded region ay palabas. Hindi siya tumutugma sa gustong mangyari ng dalawa na ma-maximize, paloob. Ang kanya kasi pa-minimize. Ibig pong sabihin, this problem is a special case of linear programming problem. Since there is no feasible region na na-form, ang tawag po natin dito is infeasible. Ayan yung topic natin ngayon, infeasible. Ibig pong sabihin, no solution. Ayan. The problem construction might be wrong. Kung papasinin niyo, parang may iba kasi Binasa pa lang natin kanina sa problem, parang may kakaiba na sa kanya. Malamang yan, mali yung problem construction kasi meron silang kinonsider na subcontract na assembly na process na kung tutuusin, dapat hindi na nila yun pinoproblema kasi sa labas na yun yung as long as yung contract na gagawa naman kung ano yung dapat gawin and kung gaano katagal and yung time na nakapag-adhere naman yung subcon na company sa kanilang napag-usapan, okay na yun. Hindi na nila dapat isama sa kanilang decision making and problem solving. Therefore, again, this is an example of our topic na infeasibility. Infeasible siya, and this is the third special type actually ng linear programming problem. So, I hope everything is clear. I hope nagawa kong malinaw lahat. Huwag kong kakalimutan ang infeasibility at yung itsura ng graph niya, kung paano malalaman. So, sige, I hope you learned something from this presentation. See you on the next presentation. I hope you learned something sa ating discussion for today. Thank you. Bye-bye. Keep safe always.